In this video, we are continuing our notes on lesson 1.4 day 2 extra notes page. We're now going to be working on the next 3 problems on the back that deal with solving systems using matrices. So if we look at example 4, we now have a system of 3 equations with 3 variables, and this would take us a long time to use graphing or substitution or elimination. And so we're going to learn how to use a method using what's called matrices, or this will require us to use our graphing calculators. Okay. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to turn all of the left side of the equations into a matrix, and we're going to turn the right side of our equations into a matrix. So a matrix, because you might not have heard of what a matrix is yet, is it's going to take the coefficients, the numbers in front of our variables, and it's going to take the coefficients of each of our variables. It's going to put them in a matrix here. So you'll notice I'm taking the coefficients of each variable and I'm just writing it in a matrix. So this is -1 there. This will be what we enter into our calculator. And then we're going to make another matrix using these 3 numbers. And we'll enter that into our calculator. And we won't get into the reasons how it works or why it works, but we'll be using these to get the solution to this system. Okay. And so we have all the steps that we need up above of how to get these values into each matrix, and then what to do with those to get our solution. And so I'm going to do this with you on a graphing calculator. The first thing we're going to do is take the matrix of all the coefficients. We'll call this matrix A. And then the matrix with our solutions here on the right side, we'll call that B. We're going to get those into our calculator. So first, and you can follow along with the steps on your notes page, we need to get to our matrices. And so there's a matrix button. You'll notice on my calculator, matrix is above the inverse key. So to get to the matrix, I have to hit second and then that X inverse key. And I'm going to enter in that first matrix as matrix A. So to enter it in, I have to go over to edit, make sure 1 or A is highlighted, and hit enter. And the first thing I need to do is tell the matrix how many rows and columns it needs. So if I look at my system, I need 3 columns and 3 rows. Okay, so I need 3 columns and 3 rows. And so I want that to say 3 by 3. Then I'll hit enter, and this is where I can actually go ahead and put these values into my calculator. I had a matrix in here already, so I'll just make sure I enter in these new numbers. I'm just going to go across the row. So I'm going to enter in 3, 4, 5, 3, enter, 4, enter, 5, enter. I'm going to go to the next row, 5, -2, -3. Then 9, -1, 4. And I have matrix A entered into my calculator. So now I'm going to enter in this second matrix, matrix B, into my calculator. So again, I'm going to go to the matrix option, so second inverse key. I need to edit it, so I'm going to go over to edit, down to matrix B and enter. Now I want this to have 3 rows and 1 column. So this is going to be a 3 by 1 matrix. 3 rows, 1 column. So I want that to say 3 by 1. And enter. I'm going to make sure I have -3, 25, and -12 as my values in this matrix. Oops, -12. Okay. So now I have each matrix in my calculator. I'm ready to go ahead and find the solution to this system. So we're going to go ahead and, again, go to the matrix key, so second inverse. Now I'm not editing the list anymore. I want to actually use the matrix. So I'm going to go to matrix A and select it. Oops, I was not in. I want my normal screen here. And I'm going to go to second matrix. I want matrix A, so I'm going to hit enter. And I'll see matrix A pop up. Then I'm going to hit, if you're looking at the steps up above, I'm on step 5. I'm going to press the X inverse key. That's this key here that we've been pressing to get to matrix. And a little -1 is going to show up there. Then lastly, I'm going to select matrix B. So I'm going to go to second matrix, scroll down to matrix B, hit enter, and this is what you should see. Now I'm ready to hit enter. And what's going to pop up is a new matrix. Okay, so I'm going to write this down. I get 3, 7, -8. And these three values are my X, Y, and Z values. This is X, this is Y, this is Z. And so my solution to this system is X is 3, Y is 7, and Z is -8. And I didn't have to do any math to find that. I'm just using my calculator. Okay, so we'll do another one. Okay, number 5, we're going to solve using matrices. So again, I want to think about creating a matrix with the coefficients on the left. Remember, if you don't see a number, there's an invisible 1 there. So I want to create a matrix that has a 3 by 3 matrix that has 1, 2, -3, 2, 1, -2. I'm just getting these from my coefficients, and 4, 3, 1. Then my second matrix, matrix B, will be 11, 9, 16. A 3 by 1 matrix, 11, 9, 16. So we first have to go ahead and edit our matrices to get these new numbers. Okay. So we're going to go to second matrix. I want to edit my A matrix. So I'm going to go over to edit, enter. It's still 3 by 3, but now I want to enter in my new values. So 3, 4, 5. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. 1, 2, -3. 2, 1, -2. And 4, 3, 1. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and edit matrix B. I'm going to clear out of there. I'm going to go to second matrix, go over to edit, down to matrix B. It's still 3 by 1. This time I need 11, 9, and 16. I'm going to quit out of this so I get back to my home screen. Now I'm ready to find the solution. So now we're on to steps 4, 5, and 6. So I'm going to go to second matrix. I'm not editing anymore. I just want to select my matrix A. Hit the inverse key. And then matrix B. Go down to select matrix B. And this gives me a matrix of 2, 3, -1. So my solutions are 2, 3, -1. X is 2, Y is 3, Z is -1. For the last one, number 6, you can go ahead and maybe pause the video and try to enter in these matrices yourself, and you can check with my answer. So I'm going to go ahead and put in matrix A. I'm going to remember to go over to edit. I'm going to have 2, 3, -1, 1, -3, 1, and 3, 1, -4. Now I'll create matrix B. Nine, -6, 31. To get out of this screen, I just hit second quit to get back to my normal screen. So now I'm ready to type this in and get my final answer. I'm going to have second matrix, select matrix A, use the inverse, and then second matrix B. When I get my solution, I get X is 1, Y is 0, and Z is -7.